Hey, Decide Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Destiny Daily Dose. Decide to be more understanding. Whether you're understanding of other people's beliefs, other people's opinions, whether you're trying to understand your partner and why she does something that you would not do, or values something you wouldn't value, or doesn't value something that you value. Whether you're trying to understand someone else's language when they're trying to talk to you, what someone else's intentions are, what their kind of big dreams, goals and visions are, and even just understanding people in terms of business and in terms of providing value and in terms of, what are they here, to achieve? What are they wanting out of this, transaction? What are they wanting out of this interaction? What are they wanting out of this conversation? Whoever it is. I think it's so important that we become more and more understanding and we put the pitchforks down. The society, pitchforks that we pick up every time we choose to be offended by what someone says, or we choose to be offended by someone's opinion. Now, why I'm saying choose is because it really is a choice. If you can detach yourself from all the litany of things through our identity and our identity politics, the litany of things that we attach ourselves to. What are you doing? You're creating weak points. Like thinking back to, the movie Troy and, Achilles' heel, great Achilles, he had a hit, in his ankle, the arrow hit his ankle, and that was his weak point, his only weak point. So, do you want to have one weak point, or do you want to have 100 weak points? Do you want to have in your week, 50 conversations you might have with people and be offended 49 times out of those 50 conversations? Do you want to go online and look at 10 articles or 10 YouTube videos and 10 different things and be offended every second minute? Or do you want to detach from some of those, identities that you've attached yourself to, or some of those, those things that you're attaching yourself to? Of course, you want to make positive change. Of course, you want to help. Of course, you want to see what you can do to make the world a better place, a different place. Any kid, as soon as they hear about, world hunger, or they hear about, war or different sort of things, they want to go out and save the world. And I was just having a conversation with someone talking about, charity really starts at home and building on your community. I think that starts with conversations. And through those conversations, you can understand people. You can understand why they have their certain beliefs, or why they have their certain thoughts, why they have their certain, questions. And really understanding each other is actually how you build together and how you create that domino effect that can eventually go out and help lots of people. But you can't understand people if you're just going to be offended, if you're just going to find every little part. And I'm not saying this as someone who hasn't been offended. I've been offended a lot in my life, and I've chosen every time to be offended by that, chosen to be offended by that attachment to whether it's my ethnicity or my sex or my belief or my faith or my preference of sports team or favorite things that I have in my life, or movements that I feel that are more important than other movements or stronger. I think every movement is important. So those identities you attach yourself to, they make you weaker. They make you have so many weak points, and it messes you up. And then unfortunately, a lot of people project their insecurities, they project their weakness, because they've created so many weaknesses through all their attachments. They project that insecurity onto people, and possibly this could be a teenager who's just trying to figure out their way in life, and maybe they say something a bit ignorant. Maybe they say something that, shouldn't be said, or maybe they express a feeling or a thought or a belief, that isn't, conducive to a group of people or to the betterment of humanity. Maybe they have a moment. We all have moments. But have we turned into a society that doesn't forgive, that are unforgiving, that don't have grace? I don't believe that. I think a lot of people have grace, and a lot of people have understanding. I think we need to speak up and share that, and talk about those stories and have conversations with people, and really reflect that it's important to understand That just because you had a belief at this point in time doesn't mean that you are your belief forever. And that person is now this person in this box. You know, imagine, like, I know when I was a teenager, you know, going through different things and having different beliefs and different thoughts, you know, imagine if that was all recorded, data was collected forever, and I was going to be pinned as that thought or that belief for the rest of my life. It's terrible, it's tragic. And, you know, I feel my heart goes out to teenagers and young people in our world who have this need to be right. They've got to be right, because if they're just wrong for a flicker of a second, it can all crumble down. You know, society will disapprove them, cancel them, get rid of them, you know. And I just think it's so wrong. Like, where has that understanding gone? Where has that grace gone? Where has that curiosity gone? You know, as kids, we were all curious. We were trying to work out where someone sits, what they think, why they think that, what their life experiences are, why those life experiences have now determined their version of reality on this earth. You know, so I think it's really important that we start conversations and we understand, we tell our youth, we tell young people in the world, hey, listen, you're gonna F up, you're gonna mess up, we all mess up, we've messed up, you know, we still mess up every day, but we're here for you and we're here to understand you and be understanding and care for you, you know, and put those pitchforks down, put that stuff away, that nonsense away. It's driving people to, you know, unfortunately, you know, harm themselves. Unfortunately, you know, imagine the amount of anxiety and depression in young people because they know they've got to be right in society, because if you're not right, you're absolutely slandered. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realize that that's probably not good for your mental health and probably not good for people that are still trying to figure themselves out. So guys, as you go out in your week, as you go out for the rest of the year, for, you know, as much as you can, just be more understanding. Ask questions, have conversations. Don't talk at people. Don't project your reality at Don't project your reality at people. Ask questions, have a conversation, and become more understanding. Because none of us have got it all figured out, no matter how much we like to think we do. Or maybe we think that someone out there does have it all figured out. Lots of people have lots of different aspects of life figured out, but none of us have it all figured out. So be more understanding, reach out to people, communicate with people, and just have conversations and connect. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to listen to 5 people on a pedestal and then go shout at everyone, you know, all our neighbors. We're here to connect with humanity, connect with each other. So remember, guys, as always, give me a like, subscribe, share, write a comment. Let me know what you think, you know, thought about this. Let me know a conversation that you've had with someone who you didn't necessarily agree with, but you know, after the conversation, you had a few different perspectives that you took away from it. Let me know, you know, some of your comments, you know, that you might have had a conversation with young people and realized the stress that they're going through is nothing like, you know, we didn't have like any of that stress, you know, in terms of heavy society pressure. Let me know, guys. And as always, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.